Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. So in this lesson we're going to do something a little bit different, and we're actually going to make a few additions to a number of our scripts. So rather than doing one long thing, we'll be making a series of very small changes, and this follows on to what I stated in the last lesson, that now we've got some of the basic scripts in place that will take us through to our first fight. We need to start tying these scripts together and just polishing up some rough problems. So I think I'll start, in fact I'm going to start by opening the splash screen, and we're not going to do a lot here. I'm just going to change the fade speed. I'm just going to make it a bit higher. And yeah, I think that's what we'll do in the splash screen. And I know I've got to tidy up the comments. It's again due to me changing the actual display, I'm afraid. So I'll have to do that, but I'll do it off camera when I have some time. As you can see, unfortunately I've got a few yellow errors at the moment, but we'll be clearing these up, so don't worry about that. But I already have a controller connected, so the splash screen should fade in and fade out a little bit quicker now. Sorry if my voice dipped then, it's because I was reaching for the controller. So the controller's there. Now if you look, we can actually, we don't have to wait. If I just stop that there. Yes, in the main menu, we didn't have to wait for the actual buttons to finish fading in. So we're going to, let's fix that. So let's come to our main menu. And main menu fade speed, I think I'll leave that as it is. And let's come down to the void update. So let's come right at the very top and we'll say if open and close brackets underscore main menu, and we want the fade value is less than 1 into the comments. So we'll say if main menu fade value is less than 1, we'll return. Let's close that line off. Into the comments, we'll just say then do nothing and return. And we'll also need to come down to our void on GUI, and we're actually going to move this block of code here. If time.delta time is greater than or equals to time delay, if input get button fire 1. So let's just cut that out, and we'll put in the void update, and I'll just put it at the bottom here. I think it's not really going to make a difference where you put it, so I'll just put it at the bottom there. So we'll save that off. And let's just downsize that for now. And let's come to our main menu scene. We'll hit play. Now as you can see, no buttons actually highlighted until it's done fading in, which it now has, and now I can move. So that just prevents players from jumping the gun with selecting a option. So let's come back, and we will need to make some more changes to the main menu, but in fact I'm going to come to the scripts, and I'm going to open the load character script. Let's come to this. I'm actually going to change the name of this script to one player, and we'll just say manager. And I'll copy that naming convention. We'll just save that off. Downsize. Make sure the script is highlighted. Press F2. And then we'll just paste that in. So with that said, let's come back to our splash screen. And we'll create a new empty game object. We'll reset. And we'll give this a naming convention of one player manager. And we're also going to add it as a tag. So, one player manager. Exactly the same, just without the spaces. So, let's add that new tag. And in fact, while we're here, we might as well create the two-player one. Two-player manager, and we'll also assign a tag as well. Two-player manager, we'll save, and then we'll select it. I'll just reset the position. I'll just create prefabs of both of those. In fact, I'll put them here. Okay, with those selected, let's come to our scripts. And we might as well create a new C# script as two-player manager. And I'll just drag and drop that on to the two-player manager. And we'll create a new C# script. And we'll just call this Don't Destroy. And we'll open this up for editing. Let's come to the void start. And we'll just select Don't Destroy on load, open and close brackets, inside the brackets this, close that line off. Into the comments, we'll just put Don't Destroy game object with this script attached when loading a new scene. And we'll just save that off there, and I'll explain why in a moment we need to put this in its separate script. Let's just drag and drop those onto both the player managers. I'll make sure the one player manager is also selected. And we'll just hit apply on both of those. And the reason for this is we're actually going to disable these scripts here. And then we're going to re-enable them based on what the player chooses in the main menu. But because these scripts are going to be disabled on startup, if I put the Don't Destroy on load into the one player manager script, for instance, then obviously that code isn't going to be read and the game object's going to be destroyed. So we're just moving it to a separate script so there's no issues there. And now it's time to open the game manager script. So just quickly tidy it up, and we'll put this in the awake. And I'll just put it here, and we'll go and say game object with a capital G dot find game object with tag, open and close brackets, little quote marks, and we want one player manager. We'll come to the end, dot, and then we want to get component, open and close brackets, of type one player manager, come to the end, we're going to open and close brackets again. We're going to say dot enabled equals false. We'll close that line off. Let's break it up for commenting. And the first line will say find game object with the tag of one player manager. We'll come to the next line and select one player manager script and disable. And we'll just copy those two lines. We'll paste them in below, and we're just going to change this to two player manager. Same here, and obviously the same for this script as well. And there we go, just tidy everything up. We'll save that off. Let's just make sure that everything is saved off now. So let's downsize mono develop. We'll clear that off, and let's just select one of these, the one player manager. So if I hit play, you can see the scripts disabled, and also for the two player manager as well. But the don't destroy script remains, so that's still working fine. So with that in place, let's make some more changes now. So let's come back to the main menu and we'll scroll down. Here it is, main menu button press. That's what we need. And what we can actually do is we're going to copy. We'll copy this one first for the one player manager. So copy both these lines. Come to the main menu. And we're going to paste it in here. So we're main menu button press, case 0. And now we need to re-enable the correct script, which in this case, obviously, is going to be the one player manager. Let's look, this is when we set the starting one player game to true. So we'll change false to true. We'll change the comment to enable, and we'll come back to the game manager, and we'll do the same for the two player. So starting two player game equals true, so we'll paste that in, change that to true. So with that said, let's save that off now. And we'll just downsize mono develop. So let's select the one player manager. We'll hit play again. And as you can see, the script is still disabled, but now when we select the one player game, it should enable that script. So we'll wait for it to finish fading in. Now we can select, and as you can see, the one player manager is now enabled. So let's stop that there. And you probably notice, obviously, the actual character is facing the wrong way on the character select screen. So let's come back to choose character. We'll open this up and we need to create a new variable. Let's just get rid of that. We'll put it here, and yeah, you can make this public because you might not want, you may want the character as sort of 45-degree angle, or you may want it facing completely to the right. So I'll make it public so you can experiment for yourself. Obviously, in-game, it's got to be rotated a complete 90 degrees, but in the character select menu, you can have it, like I said, about 45 if you wish. I'm going to have mine at 90 in the character select for now. So, I've created a public int of _y rot for rotation. Set it equals 90, close the line off, and we'll just put in the comments, we'll say defines character rotation on y axis. And with that in place, we need to come down to the first void, which is our black robot, and here where we set the character's transform position for the rotation, we say _character demo dot transform, but this time rather than using position we use Euler angles. We'll say it's equal to a new vector3, open close brackets, close that line off, and inside the brackets we'll put 0, comma, and then our variable _y rot, comma, 0. And again we'll just enter there for commenting. So we'll say set character rotation, come to the next line to a new vector3 at, and I'll just put 90 degrees this time. In fact, to a new vector3, how shall I word this? We'll put, in fact I'll change that to as defined by _y rot. So let's just copy that line, or then two lines, now we've broken them up, and we're just going to paste that in for each and every character. And now I've got two more to go now. And finally there. So let's save that one off. And we'll just close all these scripts now. And we'll hit play. So we'll just let it cycle through. And we'll select one player. And then we'll see if the character's rotation is correct, which it is. Now obviously, in fact I may alter his position at some point and just move him a little bit further to the left. But as you can see, the rotation's now working. We still have the demo animations to play in this screen. But I think we'll leave it here for this video because I realise it's getting quite long now. So I know it's a little bit different. It's not exactly moving the project ahead, but these are important things that do need to be in place to give the game a real polished feeling once it's completed. So it is important to go back every now and again and do videos like this where we just tidy up or make adjustments to code or additions. So I still hope you enjoyed this lesson. As always, I hope to see you next time, and until then, bye for now.